The Slump-Flow test, in accordance with EN 12350, Part 8. This training video has been produced by the Institute of Concrete Technology in partnership with Brett Concrete, Delman Ready-Mix, GCP Applied Technologies, Hansen, LKAB, the MPA and BRMCA, QSRMC, Seeker, Talent Concrete Training, Tarmac, and Testing and Consultancy Services. The Slump-Flow and T500 time are test methods used to assess the flowability and the flow rate of self-compacting concrete in the absence of obstructions. The Slump-Flow and T500 of a concrete are usually specified by slump flow and viscosity classes, as shown in these tables. Always wear the appropriate personal protective equipment when carrying out any testing with concrete. This includes safety glasses, protective clothing, gloves, and safety boots. Ensure that you have all the necessary equipment available and that it is clean and serviceable. The concrete sample must be obtained in accordance with EN 12350 Part 1, and before testing, the sample must be thoroughly remixed. Wet the equipment such that it is damp but free of standing water. Place the base plate on a flat, horizontal surface free of external vibration or shock. Dampen the interior of the cone and place it on the base plate, centered within the 210 mm circle. Hold the cone in position by standing on the foot pieces or by using a weighted collar, ensuring no concrete can leak under the cone. Fill the cone in one operation without any agitation or mechanical compaction. Strike off the surplus from the top of the cone with the trowel. Allow the filled cone to stand for not more than 30 seconds. Remove any spilled concrete from the area surrounding the base of the cone on the base plate. Lift the cone vertically in 1 to 3 seconds in one movement without interfering with the flow of the concrete. If the T500 time is required, start the stopwatch immediately the cone ceases to be in contact with the base plate, and record the time taken for the concrete to first touch the 500 mm circle to the nearest 0.5 of a second. Wait for the concrete to stabilize, and then, without disturbing the base plate or the concrete, measure the largest diameter of the resulting spread of the concrete to the nearest 10 mm. Measure a second diameter of the circular spread at a right angle to the first measured diameter, again to the nearest 10 mm. The slump flow is calculated by adding the two measurements together and dividing the result by 2. Check the concrete spread for any signs of segregation. This is when the cement paste may segregate from the coarse aggregate to give a ring of paste extending several millimeters beyond the coarse aggregate. Report if segregation has occurred. If the measurements of the two diameters differ by more than 50 millimeters, the test is invalid and should be repeated on another portion of the sample. The following information must be reported on completion of the test. Reference to the standard, EN 12350 Part 8. Identification of the test sample. The location where the test was performed. The date and time of the test. In the case of slump flow retention testing, the age of the sample from the first contact between cement and water. The slump flow, SF, to the nearest 10 mm. The T500 time to the nearest 0.5 seconds when requested, any indication of segregation of the concrete, any deviation from the standard test method, and a declaration by the person technically responsible for the test that it was carried out in accordance with the standard, except as noted above. The following information may also be reported on completion of the test if requested: the temperature of the concrete at the time of test, the age of the concrete at the time of test, if known, and the specified slump flow class or specified slump flow target value. For further information on the ICT's Concrete Field Testing Technician Certification Scheme, please visit our website